What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Clown Questions, the show where there are no dumb questions. I'm your host, Matt K. Mauer, and the question on my mind today is, how the hell did Shedeur Sanders make the Pro Bowl? I'll attempt to answer that in addition to some other questions here, and we have a great guest today. We have Dom Sirianni here to talk all things football, NFL. Maybe we'll get into a little Giannis, talk some MLB as well. So a lot of great stuff on this show today, I think. So who's down to clown?
That's a clown question, bro.
All right, now pulling up to the pod is two-time Trash Talk League champion Dom Sirianni. Do you have a Bleacher Bums title in there as well, or no? I'm misremembering that.
No, I unfortunately do not. Not yet.
Okay,
Maybe next year.
I'm thinking of Gus.
Yeah. He pulled one out, not me. I think I got second twice.
Yeah, I got lucky. I went on a Cinderella run. I look like
Say
I'm at
hey.
720p here. That's crazy, but I think we're recording in full quality. But how are you mentally? I don't want to get into Giannis just yet, but with all this noise circling, are you doing all right? You're like Giannis Antetokounmpo's #1 fan, so I can't imagine all of this is fun.
It's not something that as a Bucks fan I haven't heard for the last 7 years. Ever since he got good, it was when's he getting traded? I was reading, he still hasn't formally requested that trade, but now I guess the Bucks are finally listening to offers. We'll see. We got about a week till I think actually a full week until the deadline. My prediction, I think he will get traded, but I think it'll be in the off season.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, well maybe we'll talk a little more about that in a little bit, but back to my first question that I opened up the show with. Let's get into some NFL. Let's get right into it. We got the Super Bowl coming up, but to start off with the NFL, how the hell did Shedeur Sanders make the Pro Bowl, man? How?
He's on perfect timing. That's how. I don't know, man. I think, a lot of people had to say no for it to get to that point. I think it's, but he's a marketable person. He's a big name. And if it'll get people to tune into the Pro Bowl, then that's what Roger Goodell has to do. Then, so be it. Congrats to him. Him and Keyshawn Nixon, two very deserving Pro Bowlers.
Shout out K9, Pro Bowler, CB1.
Can't ever take that from either one of them. Two Pro Bowlers.
The business decision in the Bears game didn't take away. It's regular season, but no, the Pro Bowl they need to stop doing AFC NFC. It should be Jordan Love. Jordan Love should have made it first of all, but at least as a damn alternate ahead of Shedeur Sanders. But
I wonder if maybe that was because maybe he said no. Maybe they asked him. He said no. I think a lot of guys are saying no to the Pro Bowl.
You would think that a lot of guys had to say no for them to go with the guy who had 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. But in other NFL news, this past week, Mike McCarthy signed a contract to be head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you feel about this move? Do you like it? And the question everyone's wondering, do you think Aaron Rodgers will return now that McCarthy's in Pittsburgh? You think he'll come back to play for his old coach again?
First and foremost, I'm very happy for Mike McCarthy. I think he is very deserving of the job, and I think it's cool for him. I think it's cool for him that he gets to coach his Steelers. He grew up being a big Pittsburgh guy, big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So for him to get this job, I think that's, really cool for him. And, he deserves it. He's a good NFL coach, has been. He's won a Super Bowl, obviously. So that's awesome for him. However, I don't think it will draw Aaron Rodgers back. I think just based off how he walked off the field and, the weeks leading up to it, how emotional he was, I think he knew that I think he knew that he was done. Unfortunately, as much as it hurts me to say, I think he is officially going to retire this year. But you never know. He's a crazy guy.
Yeah, you're also probably Aaron Rodgers' number one fan, but no, that made me sad.
Yeah,
Obviously, when he left with the Packers, he walked off with his arm around his buddy Randall Cobb. I seen him walk off Pittsburgh with just himself. That made me a little
yeah,
sad. But
yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
the quality of this video call is so terrible on both sides. I'm
Man,
as Don's video goes out, I'm Dom, excuse me, not
hello.
Don. We like to call Dom Don sometimes. I can hear you, can hear me. Oh,
Yeah,
we're back. Oh,
yeah.
you're back in better quality. Nice. How'd you do
All
that?
right. I turned my Wi-Fi off. Maybe that was it.
Oh, okay, nice, nice. We got the
You're still
cellular.
you're still in low quality for me though.
Yeah, no, it's kind of I got to buy a better capture card. It's
Okay.
just enough to get the AI the video, but yeah,
Okay.
my
Hopefully everyone can see me. I'm
yeah.
here, I promise. Hopefully you're
Dom
able to hear
is
me.
here. Dom Sirianni is in the house, but yeah, no, I don't hate that. I don't love the hire for Pittsburgh, but no, you're probably right. Rodgers probably will not come back here. But speaking of hires, pew pew pew, explosives. How do you feel? The Packers hire Jonathan Gannon, ex
Mm-hmm.
Arizona Cardinals coach. The Cardinals were trash for his tenure there. He ended his tenure by hitting one of his players on the sideline during a game, getting caught in 4K. I don't. Obviously, you can. From how frustrated I am, I think you can tell how I feel about the hire. But how do
Yeah.
you feel about Jonathan Gannon getting hired as the new defensive coordinator for the Packers?
First and foremost, I think Keyshawn Nixon better be careful with any personal fouls he picks up. He might catch a swing from Coach Gannon. Um,
He might. He might.
there was a couple times last year I think he was deserving of one from a coach. But, anyways, as far as the hire goes, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. While his time in Arizona was not great, obviously, yeah, I think a lot of that was due to Kyler Murray being hurt a lot. And, the inconsistency of the quarterback position. If you have that, you're going to struggle as a coach, no matter where you are. Their defense was a little underperforming though, which concerns me. But going back to his time in Philly, that 2022 or 2023, whichever team went to the Super Bowl, he was the defensive coordinator of. They were a really good defense with him when he was the defensive coordinator there.
Hmm.
Led the league in sacks. They had 70 sacks in the regular season and then 78 for throughout the season if you count, postseason sacks too. So they were getting after the quarterback. I see he runs a lot of yeah, a lot of different stunts and things, which help, get guys freed up to rush. And, you got a guy like Micah Parsons, you're not going to have to scheme up a whole lot. So if he can work with the other guys, he's got two guys in Parsons and McKinney to build around. If we can find a corner in the draft, I think it'll end up being a pretty good hire. Cautiously
Okay.
optimistic.
Yeah. Well, when you got number one right here,
Yeah,
you're gonna have some
that's what I'm
success.
saying, man.
Obviously,
It might not matter who's coaching that defense. As long as he's healthy, they're going to look good.
yeah. Let's hope. Obviously, Micah makes a full recovery here. Any comment on the explosive? Shoo, shoo, pew, pew. If you haven't heard, if you haven't seen the viral video of Jonathan Gannon, it was like days after he got hired by the Cardinals. He's
Yeah, I
meeting
saw it.
wide receiver Rondale Moore, and he like meets him. He's like, "What's up?" And then he goes, "Pew pew pew pew." Explosives,
Yeah.
explosives. You're fast. Do you think that's what he'll say to maybe to Micah when he meets him?
I hope not. I think Micah might hit him. But
He might.
he seems like a little bit of a cornball, but again, like I said, you can't ignore what he did as the defensive coordinator out there in Philly. Got them to the Super Bowl, and again, they were second in total yards given up. And number one by number they had 70 sacks in the regular season. The next closest, I can't remember who, but they only had 55. So I mean, they were getting after the quarterback at a crazy rate. So, like I said, cautiously optimistic because the time in Arizona I can't ignore.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. And the time in Philly, right? Um, Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a little mad at Jeff Halfley because they asked Micah Parsons. They're like, "You think Halfley's sticking around?" And he smiled. He's like, "He's not going anywhere." So Jeff
Yeah.
Halfley lied to Micah Parsons. He lied to Micah because Micah would not have been that confident if Halfley didn't personally tell him. So I'm a little mad at Jeff, who was a great coordinator for us. But moving on,
Yeah.
let's get to some teams that are still in the mix here. I mean, there's only two teams in the mix. We got the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. We got Super Bowl LX, Super Bowl 60. Are you excited? This is a rematch of Super Bowl XLIX. Are you excited for this rematch, Dom?
I am excited for the rematch. I think out of, the four teams left, this is probably the best matchup that, could have came. Would have been cool to see Jarrett Stidham make it, but again, I just don't think that that would have produced a very good Super Bowl. I
Probably
think you got
not.
two good teams. I think you got a couple interesting storylines heading into it. Um, yeah, that's all you can really ask for in a Super Bowl if your team's not in it. It's just that it's a good game. So I think we're lined up to have a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think it should be a great game as well. I don't know. I've heard a few people, predicting a Seattle blowout, but I don't know. I hope it's
Mhm.
close, obviously, and I think it should be somewhat close. Vegas thinks
For
it'll
sure.
be, a touchdown game at least.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm obviously very excited. What do you think are kind of the biggest storylines for this Super Bowl here, coming up in Santa Clara in, a week and a half?
Yeah, and I don't think we have to overcomplicate it. It's, both quarterbacks. You got the second youngest quarterback in Drake May to ever, second youngest to ever start a Super Bowl. I mean, that's a storyline on its own. What's his second year here now in the NFL?
Hmm.
And while he hasn't been playing great, he's still got his team in a position to win the Super Bowl. Uh,
Hmm.
Mike Vrabel, is this his first year back in
This
New
is his
England?
first year as New England coach. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy too. So, big storylines with the big names there. And then also on the other side, you have Sam Darnold, who, wow, he's been a lot of different places, seen a lot of different things. You
Yeah.
know, maybe not seen some things.
He went from journeyman to elite.
Yeah, he went from number three pick to journeyman to
Right.
elite. It's
Yeah,
it's quite
right.
the storyline
It's
there.
full
If he
circle.
could finish that off, I mean, he's only what, 28 years old. You know, this
Yeah.
is the resurgence of Sam Darnold's career. It's a storyline right there. He's got some good weapons around him. I think, right there, those are your two big storylines is the quarterbacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, the Patriots obviously their defense has been lights out in the playoffs here, but their offense hasn't been nearly as impressive. And Drake May has, struggled. I mean, a little bit against, three pretty elite defenses, but he has not
Yeah,
looked like the MVP player necessarily that he's been during the regular season. But I don't know. They got here. They beat Jared Stidham. They beat the Chargers with no O line. C.J. Stroud looked like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league when they played. Do you think the Patriots this path to the Super Bowl is this one of the easiest paths to the Super Bowl ever?
it's got to be up there, man. I mean, when you're quarterback, I just praised him for being the second youngest and whatnot. But when he can play like that and you can still make the Super Bowl, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I think it is a big testament to who they're playing. Um, but again, they have a really good defense and, they have some guys on offense who are making plays when they need to. So, gonna shift away from my normal negative attitude towards these situations, maybe. And I'll just pray, I'll look at the positives here. Like you said, they have a good defense. And Drake May, he's made plays when he needs to make plays. So whether it's an easy route to get there or not, if it was the Packers, I wouldn't be saying that. So
Yeah. You'd be like, we played three top 10 defenses. No, I would be
yeah,
the same exact way. But no, you're right. He's
yeah,
made the timely plays. He had the rushing touchdown against the Broncos and the first down pickup. Felt like those were the only really two
yeah.
plays, but
And
he only
again,
needed.
crazy weather game too, like that. You just want to get out of there no matter how it is.
Man, Jared Stidham. When I saw Jared complete that 50-yard bomb at the beginning of the game,
Yeah, I
I
know.
was
I thought
like,
that was gonna be something special.
holy shit, Jared Stidham is good, and then he gets another touchdown, and Then he
Yeah.
has one of the weirdest looking fumble slash interceptions, and yeah, just went downhill from there. Um,
Back to earth moment for sure.
yeah, yeah. But speaking of back to earth moments, do you think Sam Darnold will see any ghosts against the Patriots? The infamous game when Sam Darnold was on the Jets, he played the
Yeah.
Patriots. They waxed him like 33-0 or something, and he was mic'd up on the sideline, and he said, "I'm seeing ghosts out there." And so
Yeah.
now he's up against another full circle moment for Darnold. He's up against the Patriots again. You think he'll be seeing ghosts out there?
I think he's gonna be carrying over too much from that last game to be seeing any ghosts. I think he's gonna stay on pace, you know. I think that Sam Darnold is past. I think a lot of that was, you know, getting drafted into an organization like the Jets, you know. You might see a lot of things you didn't think you'd see, and could be ghosts. So I'm glad he's out of there, and I'm glad he's, you know, finally with a good team and a good organization. Subtle shot at the Vikings. Um, with a good team, with a good organization, and you know he's really thriving. So I think that's awesome to see.
I don't know. There's at least one Christian Gonzalez. That's a ghost. He should be looking
That's not
out
a
for. I
ghost, man.
think
That's a monster.
you're right.
That's a monster out
It's
there.
different. He's not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's very obviously a beast. Yeah. And speaking
Hmm.
of beast, who's your X factor for this Super Bowl game here? Who do you think kind of will make the biggest difference? On either side of the ball, or either team, or you can give me a couple to
Yeah,
name
I
a
mean,
few.
of course, you know Jackson Smith and Jigba is one of them, but we'll go a little under the radar here. I'll say Cooper Cup, guy who's been here
Ooh,
before, guy who's
yeah,
won Super Bowl MVP before.
true.
I
Yeah.
think he comes up and makes some big plays. And on the flip side, X Factor will be Stephon Diggs to, you know, be that guy to maybe get Drake May into a bit of a rhythm
Yeah.
early, see if he can get him going. But yeah, I think Cooper Cup. I got him scoring a touchdown this week, or not this weekend, next weekend.
Next weekend. Yeah,
I
they
always
got
forget there's that gap.
the two. Yeah, we got the Pro Bowl on Sunday. Should we preview the Pro Bowl? I didn't put any questions about that. What is it? Flag football?
I don't know what they're doing. I thought they were playing dodgeball.
But no, I like that call. Maybe Cooper Cup anytime touchdown. That'd be pretty good odds on that one.
Something to keep your eye on.
But yeah, let's just get to it. Give me your game pick for Super Bowl LX. Right now the line looks like it's Seahawks -4.5 against the Patriots. We're in Santa Clara. I don't know if the line's obviously subject to change, but I think 4.5 is
It'll
uh
stick around
is
there.
where we're at right now. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like. What do you like in this game? What are you thinking?
Phew. I like the So tough to say right now. I think the Patriots will cover that. I think it'll be a close game,
Mm.
but I still have the Seahawks winning. I think it'll be Seahawks. I'll give a score prediction if that's what you want.
Ooh, sure, yeah, why not?
Let's go Seahawks. Seahawks 24, Patriots 21.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Another instant classic between the
Yeah,
Seahawks and
and it'll come
Patriots. It sounds
down
like.
to actually I take that back. Seahawks 24, Patriots 20.
Okay, they win by
And
4.
it'll yes, and they still Patriots still cover in that sense. And it'll come down to a Drake May game-winning drive in which it just won't convert to a touchdown.
Ooh, I like that. But they cover by half a point. Cover by half a point. Well, yeah, should be a good Super Bowl. Still on the Super Bowl. I was wondering, would you like to do a new segment presented by no one?
I would love to. Let's do it.
Okay, so this new segment is called Super Bowl props. So I'm gonna give you a number of props. Just say yay or nay to each of these props. Let me know what you're thinking on them. Okay. Sam Darnold over 228 and a half passing yards.
Yay.
You like the over there. Okay. Stephon Diggs over 43 and a half receiving yards.
Nay.
Nay. Okay. Both of those are -120. Nay to the Stephon Diggs. Jason Myers over 1.5 field goals, -185.
Nay.
I think Yeah, you had what, 24? So that's only
24, so he can
that
only
only
score
one
one.
field
Yeah.
goal. That's one field goal, right? DeMarcus Lawrence over half a sack. That's plus 110.
Yes. Yay.
Yay. Okay, nice. And then how about Travion Henderson over 17 and a half rushing yards, minus 125? 17 and a half's not much. You get that on one carry. this,
Yay.
this one's
Yay.
tough. Yeah,
I'm going yay.
they gotta use that. Seahawks defense is so tough. I don't think they can rely on Ramondre the whole game. They
No.
gotta get Henderson involved for sure. I
Hmm.
think. Last prop for you: Sam Darnold anytime touchdown scorer plus 930.
Yay.
Yay!
Yep.
Yes,
Put it down.
yes, yes. This is what I'm picturing. Uh, there's a minute left in the game. Jake Bobo just made an unbelievable catch, juggling it on the sideline, circus catch. Seahawks have it at the 2 yard line. Minute left. Sam Darnold drops back to pass, pump fake, spin move, diving, end zone. Darnold touchdown. Seahawks win
Go up 24 to
31,
21.
or they win 31-28. it'll be
Okay.
it'll be like the rematch, except they'll actually
Yeah.
run it. They'll run it this time
Actually run it this time.
with
Okay. I like
with
that.
Sam Darnold.
I
Patriots will
like
be
that.
seeing their ghost.
I like
Are you
that.
are you excited for the halftime show? A little Bad Bunny?
I am excited for some Bad Bunny. I like Bad Bunny. I think
You're a
that'll be
Bad
a good
Bunny
one.
fan? You're not a Bad Bunny hater? I've heard a lot of hate.
Oh, I don't mind him. He's got a couple, he's got a couple good songs. I know. I think he's a good performer. It should be a good show.
Yeah, do you
Hopefully, he brings
think?
out Drake.
Oh, that would be interesting if he brought out Drake. I don't know if
He's got a couple
Drake's.
good songs with Drake.
I don't know if. Oh, he does. Damn, damn.
Yeah,
I'm not
him
a.
and
I'm kind
Drake.
of a. I'm kind of a Drake hater. But you think Stephon Diggs' girlfriend maybe goes out as a special guest, a little Cardi
Is that
B?
it? Would that be considered conflict of interest? Do you think?
She's got well, she's got a song with Bad Bunny too. Well,
Yeah, she does.
that's what I was wondering. And a lot of these Chiefs Super Bowls, I'm like, why can't Taylor Swift go out there like just for a song?
Mm.
But
Yeah,
maybe that is why, because it's benefiting one team more than the other.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't think she'll be out there though.
Probably not. She'll probably be hammered in the suite
Yeah, in the suite.
watching.
I'm hoping for a Drake appearance. That's my hope.
That would be crazy. That would be pretty cool. I'm not even as a hater. That would be really entertaining. But yeah, should be an entertaining Super Bowl. At least let's hope. And
That's
yeah,
all I can hope for, man.
yeah, just hope for a good game. But yeah, let's get back into something we were talking a little bit about at the beginning of the show. The NBA, we got the trade deadline coming up here in a week. I think it's February 5th. If you have Shams Charania on tweet notifications, you've probably seen a number of newses about Giannis today. So I don't know. I guess where do the Bucks go from here? Giannis has the calf injury, but Shams is tweeting like a madman today, saying the
Yeah.
Bucks are you looking for trades. Giannis wants to leave. I don't know. Where do they go from here? What do you think?
It's, Shams he's tweeting the same things he was tweeting a couple months ago. He's tweeting the same things people have been tweeting for years. If you really look into what he's saying, it's a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah,
Um, could he be traded? Yes, he could be traded. It could happen today, it could happen tomorrow. But up until this point, unless something has changed, Giannis has not, went to the Bucks and said, "I want to trade." However, the Bucks are listening to trades. Well, I think this is a case of Giannis not wanting to be, the one to come out and say he wants a trade and he wants to try and paint this as, he's the good guy and Milwaukee's going to be, trading him away. So, I'm kind of to a point where I'm starting to doubt Giannis a little bit.
Hmm.
And, I think it's shown in his effort on the court this year. I think that's been down a little bit. It's just, as a Bucks fan, I'm kind of ready for just a resolution. Is he staying? Is he leaving?
Yeah, you're tired of the will
Um,
he won't he. You think maybe Giannis went to Shams and said he wanted to be traded? Like you said, Shams he's been tweeting about this for probably since he got the job.
for sure. Yeah, probably even before that.
Probably
Um,
yeah. Like I kind of miss Woj. Like Woj would never put these tweets out here, just engagement farming for the will he won't he
yeah,
stuff. Shams would just wait until the trade happens, tweet it, and call it a day. But Shams just he knows he gets those impressions from any Giannis tweet.
yeah, man, and it's kind of sad to see what the world of sports reporting has become, but it's all just about the clicks now. So I guess I can't really fault him for it, as that is his job and his source of income, whether or not he's being sort of looking for ethical with it.
Right.
Um, he's making
Moral.
money, and I'm sure, yeah, I know, I'm sure he's making good money doing it, so I can't really fault him for it. But
Yeah, he's
you
got
know,
the check marks. I mean, yeah, he might get that Twitter money, that Elon money.
oh yeah, yeah, he works for ESPN too.
I didn't think
No,
about it.
he's
That's almost a conflict of interest for like reporters to be like you just tweet out something that's not real just to get paid.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. When I say the news and whatnot is they're not tweeting out anything of substance, so they're not tweeting out anything that's fake, but they're just tweeting out engagement farming, like you said.
Yeah. But yeah, so like you said, you're just kind of you're tired of the Willie won't he want you want them to come to a resolution. Would you want
Hmm.
would you want Ja Morant in Milwaukee? Would that be a good resolution? Would that move the needle?
It's getting hard for me to look at the current roster or the current team and decide if one person can come in and change the mess we have,
Hmm.
or if we're to a point where just trading Giannis and you're going to get a haul for that. You're going to get a huge haul. Is
Yeah.
it worth saying, all right, he's 31 now, he's not getting any younger. Calf has been a problem for a couple of years now.
Hmm.
What can we get for him? And we got a big draft class coming up, a lot of good players in it. You can get, two first round, we have our own first round pick this year. And if we can get another one in there, both in the lottery, I think, that'd be the ideal situation for the Bucks, would be to move on from him and kind of pivot to a mini rebuild, get a couple of young guys in and go from there.
Yeah, like I said, you've been Giannis, one of Giannis's number one fans from the jump. But do you want him to be traded necessarily, or you just kind of think it's in the you like don't want them to, but it's also in the best interest of the Bucks? I don't know.
I'm a Bucks fan first. I'm a Bucks fan first, and right now, uh, you know, Giannis, he's done unimaginable things for the Bucks franchise. If you asked anybody 10 years ago when we drafted this kid if he was going to become, not 10, it was like 13 now. Oh, we're getting old.
Yeah.
But
Oh
if
my
you ask
gosh.
anybody if he was going to become what he became and do what he did for the city, the franchise, we would have, anybody would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, he's not getting any younger. To all the noise surrounding the team that he brings now, whether or not he's contributing to it or not, it's safe to say that it's in the locker room, it's affecting the play, it's affecting the morale.
Mm. Yeah.
It might just be time to move on if that's if that's what ESPN and Shams want, and if that's what Giannis wants at the end of the day, then I hope he ends up on a team out in the West so we don't have to see him.
Yeah. Did you like him boo? He booed the fans. Did you did
I
you
was at the
like
game,
that?
yeah. I
You were
was at
at
the
the game
game.
when he booed the
I was
fans?
at the game
Were
when he
you
booed the
booing were
fans.
you booing him? Be honest.
Nope, I was
You
not booing
were you
anyone.
booing the rest of the team around him maybe?
No, I wasn't booing anyone.
Okay.
I was not booing anyone.
But Giannis booed right back. He's like, "Hey, this goes both ways. I can boo you. You guys are being bad fans. Boo to
Yeah,
you."
he has every right to do so.
Well, yeah, it's
But at
like
the end of the day, I think he is, that was a sign to me that he was kind of out.
yeah.
Um, he seems frustrated with, rightly so, with where the team is, but I think it's also a reflection of him, how he's playing and the effort that he's putting in, and constantly in and out with injuries recently. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's very sad, but you know,
Yeah.
has to be done. Maybe it
Yeah.
won't be done. I don't know. Maybe we will get a big trade.
We'll see. But yeah, you think it's more likely to happen the off season.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be at the deadline.
You kind of want to it's tough with the calf injury, but it's like I think most teams are willing to look past the injury just cuz they know Giannis is an all-time great. Um
hmm For
but
sure, but I think it'll be in the off season, but we'll see.
yeah. Yeah. We did have one kind of big in-season trade in the NBA. Trey Young to the Washington Wizards. How do you like the fit for Trey Young out in Washington?
I didn't quite understand it. A guy like him, I think he'd want to go to a contender.
Yeah.
Um, and the Wizards have a lot of young guys on the team, especially at the guard position. I don't really see the fit, I'll be honest with you, but maybe more moves are to come.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he almost went to Washington because he wanted that super max money. He's like,
Yeah,
the Hawks
could
aren't
be.
giving it to me. I'm gonna
Could
go to the
be. Yeah.
Wizards.
Yeah,
But
could be. He just wants his money.
yeah, like I mentioned, the NBA trade deadline is coming up in a week here. Even if Giannis doesn't get moved, I expect there to be many other big trades. Something that's interesting actually is I saw there's NBA GMs that have said they've had essentially completed trades ready, but they've put them on hold just in case they can get Giannis. It's like we basically have an
Yeah.
agree like they basically two teams agreed to a deal, but then one team's like, but if we get Giannis, we're voiding this trade. So, but yeah, with the deadline coming up, you think there's any other big names on the move here?
Whew, I don't know. I think Anthony Davis is one to watch.
Ooh,
He's been hurt. I don't see him, in the big future plans there down in Dallas. Ja Morant obviously is a name to watch on the trade market. Oh, I don't think, I think those would be the two big ones that might get moved. I don't think there's going to be any surprise Luca trades this year. Um,
Giannis to the Lakers, baby.
yeah,
No,
it's a possibility.
it would probably be LeBron might be in that deal. I'd have to become a Bucks fan,
I'd have to become a.
a
Ooh,
Lakers fan.
I don't know. I'd have to go to
You'd
maybe
have to,
overseas.
you'd have to you'd have to start rooting for
Yeah,
Barcelona, the
yeah,
Euro League team. But
someone.
yeah, no, it'll be interesting. Like you said, there's not other than Giannis and Ja, there's not a lot of huge names kind of swirling in trade rumors. So I think the other big name that could be on the move would be whoever the Bucks get in return if they do trade Giannis, because I think,
Yeah,
like you said, you get some draft capital, but definitely worth a starting caliber player or two
for
or
sure.
three.
hmm
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what
Yeah,
happens with the deadline. I think I'm gonna have Dr.
sure.
Jones on next week to break down
Okay.
some deadline
Good guy to
talk.
talk to about the NBA right there.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Jones knows ball, of course. But yeah, last question on B-ball. NBA Finals. You got an NBA Finals pick for me here? I can give you mine. I picked it, I think before the season started. Maybe I might have cheated. Might have waited a couple weeks. I took Thunder over Cavs. So do with that what
Okay.
you will. But you got a Finals championship pick for me here?
I'm totally out of touch with the NBA, Matt, but I'll give you a finals pick. I did look ahead of time. I'm gonna go Thunder,
Yep.
and it's debating between a couple teams, but I'm just gonna say Boston. I know they don't have JT,
Dang. That
but
would suck.
but
If
I
they
was
get
looking at
that
the
far,
East.
JT might be able to come back. Shit.
Yeah, I was looking at the East, man. It's wide open.
Yeah.
There's no real, Detroit's at the top, but I think they're still too young. I think they'd lose to a team like Boston in like the Eastern Conference Finals. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Boston. I think that's a safe pick.
Yeah. So do you like Thunder over the Celtics, or do you see the
Oh
Celtics
yeah,
pulling the upset
yeah.
here?
The Thunder are repeating this year. I think they're also a team to watch for Giannis too. I will say.
Yeah.
if there was an in-season trade.
They've got they've got all the picks. That would you see that's the thing. It's like on one hand, the Thunder have the most picks. They have the most players. They have the most depth. They can give the biggest return for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So technically, that would be the best trade partner for the Bucks. But at the same time, it would ruin the NBA. So, would you want to make a trade with the Thunder? Do you think it'd be worth it to ruin the NBA in order to rebuild the Bucks?
For sure. For sure.
Definitely worth it. Yeah, they can have
Yeah,
5 titles. The Bucks
like
will
I
be
said,
back.
if we're trading him, I want the biggest possible return.
Yeah.
And I think I was looking, it's them or Atlanta who can offer us the most.
Interesting. I haven't. Yeah, Atlanta. Giannis in Atlanta. That'd be an interesting fit there. You guys would hopefully want to get Jalen Johnson or another big name
Bring him
back in
home.
return.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to Milwaukee. That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Forgot he's from there. But yeah, no, I think that's a good pick. That's really all I got on the NBA for you. We'll have to revisit when we see what the Bucks do here at the deadline. But let's finish out the show with a little MLB talk, and yeah, this MLB talk is just gonna be me crashing out essentially. Why do the Brewers always trade their best pitcher? We traded our ace, Freddie Peralta, and this is what, the 4th year in a row we've literally traded the best pitcher on our roster. We've done this every single offseason the last 4 years. Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, you're spot on.
We did it with
Except Hater,
Peralta, we did it with Hader, we did it with Devin Williams, and we did it with Corbin Burns. That's 4. It's been done 4 times. Why do we keep doing this?
money, 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 money.
We were
We
only
do not
paying
have the
Peralta
money.
$8 million. Are we that
Yeah,
broke?
yeah, but
Are we
this will be the
that
last
broke?
year. With this being the last year of his contract, I
Mm-hmm.
think, and um, he's going to be due a lot of money, and we're not going to be able to pay that. So it's either trade him now and get good players in return, or lose him in free agency.
So you think they made the
That's
right
the nature
move?
of. Yeah, I do. It sucks, but this is what the Brewers are going to do. They're going to keep bringing in. They're going to keep bringing up their prospects. They're going to turn into elite players, and then we're going to have to dump them.
It's
It's
unfortunate.
the nature of it. But
Yeah.
and
No, the
then the
one the
big market teams will feed off of us, and we'll just keep bringing up our own prospects.
Yeah, I'll get to the big market team in a second here. But no, I'd say the one solace I have in that Brewers trade is one of the prospects we got in return. His name is Jet Williams.
Yeah,
Jet has some juice. If your name is Jet Williams, like I bet you can play. Like that's a name. That's a guy,
yeah,
right? I mean,
for
that's
sure.
gotta.
I hope so.
Oh, I lost your camera there. Oh, we're back. We're back.
Sorry.
But no, you got to think Jet's got some juice. He sounds fast. If he's not fast, I'd be disappointed. With the name like
I think
Jet,
he is fast. I
you
think he is
got you
fast.
you have to be. You can't be named
I
Jet and
think he
not be
is.
fast. What was he? A
Yeah.
shortstop, I think. Okay, yeah. But no, it'll be interesting. That's yeah. I don't know. The Brewers, that is their kind of our calling card. We know how to develop players, and if we can't afford
Mm-hmm.
someone, we'll find more players to develop, like you said.
For sure. Yep.
Um, but yeah, speaking of a team that doesn't develop players, they just buy them. How the hell did we let the Dodgers get Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker? We let them get two players that had down years, but if they had signed these guys a year and a half ago, we would be even more outraged because a year and a half ago these guys are both all-stars. So they have
Yeah.
one down year, and then the Dodgers pay him like they didn't. How does this keep
Do-
happening?
I think the Dodgers just have more money than they know what to do with it, man.
It's
It's
an
crazy. It's
embarrassment of
crazy.
riches.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Yeah,
They made
it's
Edwin, like I said, Edwin Diaz isn't even at the top of his game, and they said, "Oh, that's all right. We'll make him the highest paid relief pitcher ever." Kyle Tucker had a bad year with the Cubs. No matter. We'll pay him $60 million signing bonus, $240 million total. It's just, I don't know. I'm pissed.
That's the nature of the MLB, man, and it's not going to change.
Well, there's one thing we could maybe do to change it. Is it time to start the lockout, Dom? Should we lock it out?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one because I just don't see what that's going to accomplish. You want to put in a salary cap, but you look at a team like the Dodgers who have all these deferred contracts, right?
Yeah.
They have Shohei being paid out until 2050 almost. How do you build a salary cap when you have contracts already out that far? I don't know.
Shit. Shit. Yeah, how do we do this now? That's you're right. That's a great point because it's like we could have the salary cap, but Shohei Ohtani's salary is only 2 million because he's getting the other
Right.
68 in
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
brother.
do you do with that? It's a very complicated issue.
Oh, that's a great point. No, that DePoe said that
That's
on the
why I
podcast
don't
last
think
week.
it's
He
going
said,
to
"Get rid
change.
of the fucking deferred payments." As I put a
Yeah.
dollar in the f-bomb jar here. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like an MLB lockout would be dope. Like a 80 game, 60 game MLB season. The games just mean that much more, and then
Yeah.
hopefully the Brewers get closer in payroll to the Dodgers. I don't know. This is just me being sour grapes after they swept us, right?
Yeah. Again, when you have that team against our team, it's just really no match.
Yeah, that lineup is disgusting. But yeah, sorry to sorry to end the show on a depressing note
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
I was hoping we'd get a few solutions to this problem. You're like, nope, the Brewers are the Brewers, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. I'm like, damn it. I'm like just just hoping for answers here.
And it won't
Um,
change until we can get these deferred contracts out of here.
yeah, no, true. Great point. But yeah, a lot of good answers from you today. Thanks again for pulling up to the show here.
Of
Last thing I'll
course.
say, please don't retire. The Trash Talk League needs you. I heard you've not to break this on the show publicly, but I've heard you've been contemplating retirement. Please stay. But you got to come back like Aaron Rodgers. We'll bring in McCarthy for you if you need, you know.
Matt, if you don't mind, I'd like to make my formal decision right here
No.
and announce that I will be coming back for another season of
Yes.
Trash Talk.
Oh my God, you had me scared there for a second. I thought you were about to announce your retirement live on the show.
Nope.
I was
I'm
gonna
here to
cry, man.
announce I'm coming back.
The two-time champ has returned.
Got some unfinished business.
Sorry to Hunter Tolzman and Russell Hines, your
Yeah.
rival, your two biggest rivals in the Trash
Tell
Talk
the
League.
boys I'm coming back.
Dom is back, baby. He's back, y'all.
Like he never left.
Like he never left. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. And yeah, thanks so much again for pulling up to the podcast. This was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm glad to have a ball knower like you on the show.
Always happy to hop on, Matt.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, have a good one, brother.
You
Again,
too.
thanks. You're welcome back on the show anytime. I don't know what to say. Go Badgers. No, you're not Badgers. Go Packers. Go Brewers is the closest. Let's go
Roll Tide.
Bucks and don't trade. No. I don't know. I'm running out of things to say here. But yeah,
It's the off season for me as a fan.
you don't have a team. You have the Bucks. You have the Bucks at least.
Not this year.
Not
this year.
this year. Fair enough. Well, hey, maybe that changes. Maybe we'll have Ja Morant and Chet Holmgren in Milwaukee after a three team trade next year. Imagine
God,
that.
I hope so. That'd be something, man.
That would be crazy. I thought Chet and Ja would probably get along well. But yeah. I think it's good place to wrap up the show here. Thanks again for pulling up, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you too, man. Take it easy.
All right, that's a wrap.